Sparking Zero brought us some crazy what-if stories. I've already covered Goku and Vegeta, so it's time to go over our favorite nerdy Saiyan, Gohan. From Zamasu stealing his body and becoming Gohan Black, to what if Gohan stopped Spopovich from beating Videl? There's a lot to unpack, so let's dive in. We start the first what if in the middle of the battle between Super Saiyan Gohan and Cell, with Goku having entrusted the fate of the world to his son. But when Gohan holds back, Cell takes the chance to unleash the Cell Juniors and have them attack the heroes. But thanks to Android 16's words, Gohan is finally able to unleash his power into Super Saiyan 2. To unlock the what if, Gohan has to defeat the Cell Jr. as fast as possible, a singular Cell Jr. The other ones must have gotten too scared and ran off, which causes Cell to show up in his place. Beating up his kids got him really upset. We then have to quickly defeat Cell as well. Ultimately, Gohan is able to finish off the bio-android once and for all. With a blast up to the sky, he smiles into the distance. The world free from Cell, Nucleus and all. Goku approaches his son and congratulates him for being the savior he knew him to be. With Cell defeated and no casualties, the future seems clearer than ever. Goku and Gohan will likely train more together over the 7 years, adding Goten into the equation eventually. With Goku around, Vegeta will also get that rematch he always wanted, and much more through the years. Probably no Majin Vegeta. Overall, the Saiyans are looking to be stronger than normal. Though, with that other world, Goku will have a harder time discovering Super Saiyan 3. But knowing him, he'll just show up with it discovered anyways and pull it out against Buu. Unless Goku and Vegeta find out about it together. It's a short and simple what-if story, and we're just beginning. Next up, we have a what-if based on the highest viewed Dragon Ball Z episode in Japan, weirdly enough. The World Tournament is on its way, but Videl's match against Spopovich is turned into a bloodbath. The episode following Videl's beating was the highest viewed in Japan, which just tells me that people really wanted to see Gohan beat the snot off of Spopovich. And that's exactly what we're about to do. The game gives us the option to stay calm or attempt to stop the fight. I don't really want my girlfriend to die, so we'll step in. Although the others tried to stop him, Gohan explodes into Super Saiyan and rushes in at Spopovich. Gohan knocks a few teeth off, but just like in the original story, Shin paralyzes Gohan, allowing Spopovich and Yamu to take his energy. Of course, this was part of the plan to follow the Majins to Babidi's spaceship, but Spopovich really had it coming. He's gotta be one of the most hateable characters in Dragon Ball. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, sadly. Nothing really changes except for Gohan getting his frustrations and anger out. Maybe this means he'll be able to fight with more fury against Dabura. And speaking of which... Following the last what if, Gohan and the others make their way to Babidi's spaceship. They're about to face the Demon King Dabura, but Vegeta berates Gohan, telling him that he's a far call from the young boy who defeated Cell.
As things are now, I could knock him over in my sleep.
And that only if he snaps will they get a real show. Normally, Dabura would give Gohan a run for his money, which ends up frustrating Vegeta even more. But not this time. Dabura lands and the battle begins. As a Super Saiyan 2, we need to prove ourselves to Vegeta and finish off the Demon King quickly. Gohan defeats Dabura with a powerful Kamehameha, clearing a path to Babidi and Buu. In the end, we're able to stop the resurrection, and this small adventure comes to an end. If only Dabura had the evil third eye. I'm not exactly sure what they do with the egg after that. Maybe Beerus as a Kaiser eventually. Goku is happily surprised by Gohan's power, and now he wants to spar with him. So the heroes return to the World Tournament, finally able to enjoy a few matches. Assuming they finish the adventure early enough, that is. Goku and Vegeta's battle would surely be the most spectacular one, but seeing how Goku really wants to fight Gohan here, I could see him beating Vegeta and the father-son duo being one of the last few matches. Gohan would likely win while Goku keeps Super Saiyan 3 a secret until after the tournament. Otherwise, we would get that stage transition where everybody runs out of there. But seeing how his daughter just got beaten half to death, I think Gohan would let Mr. Satan win. Goku would then show Super Saiyan 3 to Gohan and Vegeta, showing that despite being dead, he's no slouch, and they better not slow down either. And so, Goku returns to Otherworld. This is another simple what-if about Gohan getting slightly angrier and beating someone faster. The next one is similar, but with a few more interesting implications. Gohan makes his way to Earth, having his potential awoken by the old Kai, ready to stop Super Buu.
You.
Only for him to absorb Piccolo and Gotenks. To save his friends and family, Gohan takes down Buu as fast as possible, not letting his new powers get to his head. Because of this, Gotenks' time runs out within Buu, and he goes back to his normal self, ignoring the fact that he should have technically become his Piccolo-absorbed version, since they didn't want to make a new model for him. Buu instead tries to absorb Gohan, but the Saiyan is way too fast, and easily avoids the absorption, and blasting him away with an all-consuming Kamehameha that disintegrates the Majin to his last atom. And so, peace returns to Earth. Though, without Vegeta to go inside and rescue everyone, the kids, Piccolo, and Fat Buu all die. But I guess most of them died in the actual story anyways, so Gohan is the hero once more. Since Gohan proved his power, maybe this will encourage him to train even more. And of course, pique the interest of Vegeta, who'll force him to spar. Surely Gohan will return to his studies though, but now his role as protector of Earth is cemented. So maybe he'll actually show up in Daima, going to the Demon Realm and taking things a little more seriously than Goku. He could be the first Super Saiyan God if they find Tarble, but I think it's more interesting to have him become Beast early instead. Without enough Saiyans for the ritual, Beerus would want to destroy the planet, and in order to protect his friends and family, Gohan unleashes the Beast early. Sure, it's no Super Saiyan God, but Beerus would be impressed. There's no way Vegeta will let him get ahead though, and goes to train at Beerus's. Something I don't think Gohan will want to right away, since he just became a father. Because Gohan was the one to achieve that next level, I could see Goten and Trunks also wanting to put in more effort. So even if Goku isn't around, Earth is still being protected. I also want to point out these awesome pins Zen Monkey sent to me. They make really cool officially licensed pins and more. I especially love this Painterly Goku one. They have a lot in this art style and they're just amazing. If you want to get some for yourself, you can click the link below and use code SMUG10 for 10% off while supporting the channel.
And now back to our show.
This is the big one of the best in the game. The one that got leaked just before it came out and everyone freaked out. You really had to be there, it looked unbelievable. Our story begins around Resurrection F. It's been a long time since Gohan has taken fighting seriously, now that he's a great scholar and has a daughter. All whilst Goku goes off to train with Beerus. But a dark cloud loomed overhead as Frieza was revived by his underlings and seeks revenge as he invades Earth. The team, except for Yamcha, comes together to face Frieza and asks what he wants. But it's obvious, he wants revenge for what the Saiyans have done to him. But Goku isn't around, and Frieza won't leave until he hears his cries for mercy. Bulma does a bit of her own power scaling, and says that since Gohan defeated Cell as a kid, then he should be able to take down Frieza easily. But it's not that simple. Frieza did like 10 push-ups on the way to Earth, so he's clearly a lot stronger. This makes Frieza realize that he's dealing with Goku's son, who attacked him back on Namek. In response, he sends out a single Frieza soldier. It's funny because this was obviously supposed to be either Tagoma or Shizame, but the game only throws a rando at us. Piccolo wants to help, but Gohan is firm on this. He's not a kid anymore. So this Gohan is already much more headstrong than usual. As he explains during the fight, this is all because his daughter was born that year, and it's his duty to protect the peace of the world, so she can live a happy life. Gohan is able to easily take down the soldier, only for Frieza to enter the battlefield. To activate the what if, Gohan has to take as little damage as possible while getting Frieza lower in health, forcing him to transform into his final form, and Gohan bursts into Super Saiyan 2. Frieza is surprised by Gohan's power, truly the son of Goku, while Gohan himself is slowly regaining his fighting spirit. Gohan proclaims that now that he's defeated Frieza's final form, they're done here. Also, Goten and Trunks are now here, while everybody else except for Piccolo is gone. But Frieza isn't done yet. If anything, Gohan acting in his father's place only angered him more. The Emperor fires a death beam at the kids, but Gohan jumps in the way, trying to kill his friends and family. While Gohan was giving him a chance to leave is the one thing he's not going to forgive. So Gohan tweaks out and regains his ultimate form. Frieza is surprised to see that, despite not having his ridiculous golden hair, he's even stronger than a Super Saiyan. Frieza sees this as pure arrogance, something he is more than willing to match, as he ascends into Golden Frieza. The Emperor claims that he'll show mercy, and keep his suffering to a minimum if they surrender. But Gohan stands firm. He's come this far to protect those he loves, showing us that he hasn't stopped training. Gohan's power rises to the max. Coupled with his rage, he's ready to continue the battle, showing Piccolo a smirk as he gets ready. Although Frieza wants to kill Goku, murdering Gohan is a good option too, but he won't get the chance. Gohan's ultimate state makes all of Frieza's attacks seem slow in comparison. Frieza's losing both the fight and his mind, showing mercy. Gohan says that if he stops now and retreats, then the assault will stop. But Frieza refuses, seeing every word coming out of Gohan's mouth as an insult. In the end, Gohan pushes Frieza to his limits. Gohan defeats Frieza once and for all, tapping out of Ultimate. Clearly extremely worn out by the encounter. The kids celebrate with him, but the battle made both Piccolo and Gohan realize just how rusty he is. Although he was stronger, he was still fighting for his life out there. He can't just run away and cry like when he was a kid. And with so much to protect at stake, he asks Piccolo to once again train together like old times. Gohan and Piccolo begin their new training journey, even visiting the sacred realm of the Kais, and developing his ultimate form more and more. He's even invited to the Universe 6 tournament, ditching his presentation unlike the normal timeline. This is when the best fight in the whole game happens. A still image of space with Gohan and Hit fighting, because there's no Universe 6 stage. This one screenshot is so incredible that all the other universes watch it on GodTube. At the World of the Kais, Goku congratulates Gohan, but the scholar isn't satisfied just yet, knowing that he would have likely lost in a real battle. To everyone's surprise, Vegeta is the one to encourage Gohan and tell him that he is training hard enough and that his power is impressive. Shin also explains that while the old Kai helped, it was Gohan's own determination that pushed him to where he is now. So much so that the other Kais are talking about it. Gohan's a bit embarrassed by this, and so some time passes. Back at Capsule Corp, Gohan has begun training with Goten and Trunks when suddenly a familiar time machine appears. It's Trunks, and he's severely injured. When he regains consciousness, he immediately attacks Gohan. After hearing his voice, he starts to calm down, only for a dark presence to appear overhead. Gohan and Trunks rush towards the strange portal in the sky. From it, someone unbelievable appears. Gohan himself, but with a dark and twisted energy. Gohan is confused, but Trunks explains that this is Gohan in body, not in spirit. Black has arrived through a tear in space-time created by the Time Ring. He was trying to follow Trunks, but turns his attention to Gohan with a smile. Trunks rushes in, but is easily slapped away. Together, the Half-Saiyans are ready to fight, with Black admitting that he'd been looking forward to a battle against Gohan in this new body. While Gohan is still confused, his instincts tell him that this may be their worst enemy yet. Starting off in Super Saiyan 2, Gohan says that he hates fighting this twisted mirrored version of himself, wondering how it's even possible. But no matter how much Black is damaged, it'll only make him stronger and stronger. In the middle of the fight, Black is pulled back through the portal and into the future. The team retreat and rest, while Goku, Beerus, and Whis arrive back at Capsule Corp. Trunks explains everything. Black appeared in the future and proclaimed that he'd kill every mortal for the sake of his twisted justice. Trunks came back in time to ask for everyone's help before it's too late for his timeline. But now that he's seen Gohan have a family and a career, he doesn't want to rope his old friend into this. But Gohan can see the conflict within Trunks, and he offers his help. Whis and Beerus also explain that the ring Black was wearing was a time ring, a divine artifact reserved for the Kaioshin. Just like in the original story, Beerus and Whis suspect that a Kai in training named Zamasu may be the one responsible for this, and decide to pay a visit to Gowasu in Universe 10. Gohan goes along with them and spars with Zamasu, but their investigation proves fruitless. Instead, Gohan, Trunks, Vegeta, and Goku head back to the future to save the world. Once there, they are all in shock to see the death and destruction. They're confronted by both Black and Zamasu. This confuses everyone, since they thought that Black and Zamasu were the same person while fighting Gohan. Zamasu explains his plan to achieve paradise, and how he and Black are comrades. But no matter what they throw at them, Zamasu just recovers, revealing that he is immortal. Things are looking hopeless, as Trunks tells everyone to escape to the past, figure out a plan, and recover. It's a bitter defeat for our heroes. Back in the present, Beerus destroys Zamasu to prevent any more atrocities in their own timeline. Beerus says that this should get rid of the future Zamasu, clearly unaware of the parallel timelines theory. So in the meantime, Piccolo teaches Gohan the Mafuba, a technique used on the original King Piccolo long ago to seal him away. This may be their only chance to defeat the immortal Zamasu. In a quiet, touching scene, Gohan asks his master to be honest with him. Can Gohan really do this? Can he help save the future? After all, the evil containment wave has a very small window of success. Piccolo stops Gohan, telling him that this isn't the time for self-doubt. They all know just how powerful he is, telling his student that he knows that Gohan can do anything.
If you have the will, you can do anything. That includes using the evil containment wave and saving Trunks. And you know I'd have no reason to lie to you, right?
The Saiyan thanks Piccolo and promises to save the future. Thus, the team return to the future timeline, where they find Trunks facing off against Black and Zamasu. It's time for Gohan to confront Black. The evil Saiyan transforms into Ultimate Rose? I don't know, he transforms into something. But this isn't just potential unleashed. This is him unleashing his godly power within. But Black's knowledge of the Supreme Kai ritual gives him a hint at his true identity. Black says that Gohan's godly potential awakening is nothing more than a mortal trying to get close to godhood, only further exemplified by the battle against Hit, proving just how arrogant these mortals are to see themselves as above the gods. This finally pieces everything together. Zamasu had stolen Gohan's body using the Super Dragon Balls, granting him unimaginable power. Black and Zamasu rise to the sky and proclaim their true power of the gods, taking off one Potara each and fusing into merged Zamasu. It's kinda hard to tell at first, but he does have a new design based on Gohan Black. Zamasu proclaims his new reign as the Saiyans fire their attacks all at once, rejecting his dark justice, only for Zamasu's Blade of Judgment to stomp out their blasphemy. All the while, Zamasu mocks Gohan by telling him just how his family suffered when he killed them. Pan, Videl, both dead in the timeline where Zamasu stole his body. His face had been the last one they saw. This forces Gohan back into the fight, his rage rising to the max. But once he comes to his senses, he realizes just how hurt his allies are. They retreat and recover with senzu beans. At long last, it's time for the final battle. The way Zamasu sees it, Gohan is using an undeserved power granted to him by the gods. So Gohan is ready to prove just how worthy he really is. With a clean head to the stomach, Zamasu's body begins to twist and deform, and the immortal body of Zamasu being at complete odds with each other. Gohan and Goku fire their father-son Kamehameha at merged Zamasu. This slows down Zamasu, and while he tries to recover, Goku tells Gohan that he's out of energy, but to save the senzu bean, this is now up to the next generation. It's Gohan and Trunks' fight to finish. Trunks refuses to stay behind, and together, the two half-Saiyans rush back into action. The corrupted Zamasu promises to crush them all, but with courage in their hearts and an unbreakable willpower of light, the pair push Zamasu to the brink. But it's not enough just yet. How will they escape next? To the past? To the future? When will they accept his justice? But Gohan reaffirms that justice isn't the only power out there. His true power comes from his friends and family. Compared to the gods, they may be weak, but they're not ashamed of that. Gohan saved Trunks once before, and it inspired him to do the same for everyone else. That trust we place on each other as human beings is where our real strength lies. Zamasu tries to attack one more time, but the team fire a dual Masenko at the god, their bond transcending time and space. Goku and Vegeta encourage their sons, the blast overwhelming Zamasu. This gives Goku the chance to throw the Mafuba jar at Trunks, while Gohan concentrates and fires the containment wave. Zamasu is helpless against the pull of the technique. How was this possible? How could a mortal defeat a god? His voice drowned out as the jar was sealed and the world finally saved. Gohan and the others, though hurt, take a second to celebrate. Trunks' timeline is really safe. Vegeta and Goku tell Trunks that he's more than welcome to stay in the present, but the future warrior chooses to stay behind, knowing that it's his responsibility to help rebuild. And more than anyone, Gohan understands that, relaying the words his own master said to him.
I believe that you can do anything, Trunks.
And so, with that improved ending, the team returned to the present. Waving goodbye to Trunks, Gohan goes back to his wife and daughter. After so many battles, he can finally rest for a little bit. He wouldn't have been able to do it alone, but he knows that he can count on his friends and family to support him, and that it's thanks to them that he's grown into the husband, father, scholar, and warrior that he is now. And with that sentiment, Gohan sets his sights on protecting the future of his world. This epic story ends here, but with a much more confident and powerful Gohan. I'm sure he'd be a bit more effective in the Tournament of Power because of this, though I wonder if they would still want Frieza since Goku never got to see his power. Either way, Gohan could unlock Beast State earlier here too, perhaps stepping in to protect his father after Ultra Instinct runs out the first time. The sheer power of that kick against Jiren could knock multiple opponents out of bounds. It would be like in the manga, Kefla versus Gohan, but Gohan Beast. Him and his father teaming up in the final battle against the mortal who surpassed the gods, barely able to tap into Super Saiyan after their new power fails them. This is a Gohan who's taken his role as protector of Earth much more seriously, which is something I know a lot of fans love. Though I do wonder if this gets in the way of his work-life balance, or maybe he just takes his work into the time chamber to get things done faster. You know how many videos I could get done in there? This is probably the single longest what if in the game, and it's a lot of fun. It's great to see an actual what if character in Gohan Black, which is kinda rare to see nowadays. You'd think that Xenoverse would give us more things like this. It's a real power fantasy for Gohan fans, and if the game had been released with Beast Gohan, I'm sure he would have been included in this story too. Maybe Beast Rose or something. Gohan passing on Piccolo's teachings to Trunks is just chef's kiss. Though it is weird that they skip over Universe 6 every time. But anyways, we have one more Gohan What If to explore. Gohan had been training little by little after Resurrection F, and so his father visits him to ask him to join the Tournament of Power as team captain. In order to prepare, Gohan trains with Piccolo even more, and his master uses the multiform technique. So the Tournament of Power begins. We find Gohan and Piccolo fighting back-to-back against the Universe 6 Namekians. He doesn't trust Frieza as a teammate, even having a small battle against him, so he sticks around with Piccolo. But as the tournament progresses, Goku obtains Ultra Instinct, Piccolo is eliminated, and the Universe 7 team unites forces against Anilaza. The last few teams remaining are 11 and 7. Although reluctant, Gohan helps his old enemy out, as Frieza struggled in battle against Dispo. Now they're forced to fight together as a team. Dispo is cocky though, and claims that he'll just knock them out of bounds. But in this what if, we're just fast enough to beat him. Gohan falls to his knees in exhaustion, while Frieza joins Android 17 in battle against Toppo. Pushed against the edge, Toppo lets go of all of his ideals and embraces the power of the God of Destruction. With a bit of stamina recovered, Gohan watches as 17 and Frieza are blasted away by Toppo. The God of Destruction to be claims that there is no such thing as justice, just being and absence of being. Vegeta faces him next, but Toppo claims that the prince's cause is trivial. As a destroyer, he chooses what will and will not exist. Vegeta is insulted. He fights for his family, for the oath he made Kakarot, for the Saiyan bride, for all he's built and all he is. He won't give up on what he believes in. Unlike Toppo, inspired by Vegeta's resolve, Gohan jumps in, butting into a personal moment. But I guess Vegeta needed the help. It's actually really cool that this what if is kind of focused on Vegeta and Gohan. Nowadays it's a rare pairing, but through the series it's pretty obvious that Vegeta respects Gohan. They push the blast back and get ready to continue the battle. Toppo uses his destruction energy against the duo, but they're not gonna give up. While Gohan takes care of Toppo, Vegeta gathers energy within himself for one final battle. But Gohan interrupts them. He won't let Vegeta sacrifice himself. If they win, they'll win together. With their combined efforts, Vegeta and Gohan push Toppo out of the arena, just as the Grand Priest calls for a game over. The time has run out, and with the most warriors still active, Universe 7 wins. Damn, I bet Goku felt cheated out of that exciting fight. Gohan can't believe it, but Vegeta asks why he's so surprised. It was his promise to win together. He encourages Gohan to stand proud before they leaving behind. Gohan wishes for all the universes lost to be restored to life. But the real reward for the half Saiyan is to return to his loving wife and daughter. The universe saved once again thanks to Gohan's efforts. Since Gohan contributed so much to the tournament and was inspired by Vegeta's speech, I could see him keeping up with training a lot more and performing way better against the Gammas. But nothing else really changes here. And so, with Gohan as the winner of the Tournament of Power and saving the multiverse, his what-ifs come to an end. But I wanna know what your favorite one was. There is a lot to like about Gohan's what-ifs here, though a lot of them just boil down to Gohan getting slightly more upset. I do really appreciate the Vegeta and Gohan one. Did you know that the only 2 times Vegeta apologizes to anyone in Z is at Gohan? First, when the son of Goku saves him from Cell, getting his arm broken, and the second time, when Vegeta believes that Gohan is dead after Majin Buu was unleashed. If you want to learn more, be sure to check out my video covering one fact for every single Buu Saga episode. Thanks for watching, be sure to father-son Kamehameha that subscribe button.